Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Hey guys, it's Telarius here. I just wanted to share a new build with you guys. This is like my 5th time trying to do this video because my memory was full and I didn't realize, and I just kept recording, and then I was like, wait, it stopped like 10 minutes ago. So I've gotten some practice in. Let's make this quick. Alright, so right off the bat, I'm going to give you some straight up numbers for Demon's Blade's damage output. Here it is. Combat log, my actions. So Demon's Blades does 39k, so it does around 40k. We'll just say it does 40k. That was a crit there, so don't count that, but it does around 40k damage. To keep that in mind, so I'll do some explaining right now. Demon's Blades has a maximum damage output of 40k. It can proc twice, and it procs up your auto attacks, and your auto attacks as Demon Hunter are every 2 seconds, as you can see here. So it can proc twice every 2 seconds, is what I'm saying. Alright. Fuck, I'm too tired to make this video, guys. Fuck me. Anyways. Alright, so it has a I'll put some notes on the screen right now for you guys. So it has a maximum damage of 40k. Without a crit, of course. We're not going to use crits in these calculations. It can hit twice every 2 seconds. If it procs, it's a 60% chance to proc, of course, which isn't all that much. That's why sometimes the Demon Hunter, you just stand on top of the target, completely energy starved, or fury starved, I mean. That's your Demon's Blade not proccing. It has a minimum roll of 7 fury per proc and a maximum of 14 per proc. So both proc and both proc the max roll. So it's a double proc, like a proc within a proc, which is unlikely. It will give you 28 fury overall, which is a decent chunk, and it'll do 80k damage because both weapons procced Demon's Blades, right? So 80k in one global, so that's 1 second. A global, I'll explain to you right here, if you're a new player to the game, is when you Fell Rush. See that circle that quickly went around? Not the cooldown one, but I'll you do it again right now. Look at the other abilities though. See that really quick, like 1 second, whoosh, just goes around, swishes around real quick. That's it. That's so that you can't spam every ability at once. Like I can't use Vengeful Retreat and Fell Rush because of the cooldown, the global cooldown. See, I had to wait for that circle to finish before I could use it. There was a delay, and it's like that on purpose. So in one global cooldown, you can get 80k damage if you get Demon's Blades procs perfectly, 60% chance each, and then so that's 3 procs because the fury has to proc off it, right? The amount of fury that procs off is a proc. If Demon's Blades procs at all is a proc, and then it has a 20% chance per hit per weapon to proc Fellblade. Now, so it's a proc within a proc within a proc, so it's unreliable. That's why there's so many instances you may not notice, because you have Fell Barrage, stuff like that to fill in the gaps. You just feel like you have no fury. I'm going to compare the raw damage of Demon's Bite to Demon's Blades now. So 1 hit, I'm just going to use this to show you guys. Bam, 230, bam. So don't mind that crit, we're not counting crits. 235. It's because that's because some of the damage got blocked, keep in mind. Bam. Right. So about 220 damage. 220, 235. Yeah, so there's damage being blocked right now. That's why it's showing this, because it's a dummy. But if I can get it more consistent here, it should do around 250k consistently. That's what I had earlier before I started this video. So it should be doing 250k damage. So we're just going to say it's 250k, but it's definitely over 220. It actually, even if you read the tooltip, 314k, Fellblade does 356k, and Chaos Strike does 498k. Of course, Chaos Strike damage is reduced in PvP, and so is Fellblades. And on a training dummy, it actually shows this, and here it is. So 1 hit is 240k. We're not going to count the crits. Eat those 1 sec. So 230k there. Of course, it hits twice. Keep that in mind. 2 separate hits, and each separate has a chance. So it does technically, individually, more damage than Chaos Strike, and it does very similar damage to Fellblade versus a Clothy. what I'm getting at here is it does 250k, and a Demon's Blades proc, if you are RNG luck out, does 80k, right? If you RNG luck out. Compare those numbers. Demon's Bite is doing around 3 times the damage. It didn't used to be this much. Actually only used to be about 40% more damage, but Demon's Bite got a 130% damage increase since last patch, right? So they buffed the hell out of it. This build is extremely powerful. I'm talking a raw 40% damage increase versus Clothies. I'm going to explain to you now how to use this build and why it's so powerful versus a Clothy, especially since they typically don't move, but it is very good against mages that are very mobile as well. So here it is. So you just go on your target, you Fellblade, you Demon's Bite. See, look, I instantly got a proc. You may be asking, why did you instantly get a proc? That's because, see, I just got a proc again. That's because Demon's Bite actually has a 60% chance to proc Fellblade, up from 20% chance. So if you get lucky and both Demon's Blades procs on both weapons, right? So 60% per, if both proc and then both, and each of those each of those weapons has a 20% chance to proc Fellblade, that's still only a 40% chance. So you have to proc within a proc within a proc to get the chance to proc Fellblade, right? Of course, you're hitting all the time, every 2 seconds, so it seems like you get it more often, but this, you'll be getting Demon's Bite 20% more often, 60% versus 40%, but if you actually calculate it out, it's far more, because you actually have to proc this in the first place in order to even have it. So you have to have a procking chance to even have a chance at procking this, is what I'm saying. Chance isn't a chance. Alright, so, and that's one up. It does more damage overall, right? In a sustained damage environment, it does simply more damage. With meta up, Demon's Blades does more burst, and Demon's Blade does more burst overall, but Demon's Bite does way more sustained damage versus a Clothy, so keep that in mind. Does more damage, has way more consistent uptime on Fellblade, 60% versus 20% chance. It's actually more than that. Keep that in mind as well. So you may be thinking, well, why isn't everybody using this ability? And there's a few downsides to it. Number one, it's physical damage, so it's worse versus plate users. Pallies, warriors, DKs, it'll all hit them for about 40% less damage, which makes it far worse than Demon's Blades. So you should be using Demon's Blades versus a Holy Paladin or something like that. And this is really like a specific build versus mages and Shadow Priests and Locks. Shadow Priests all over the place, mages all over the place too. Mainly Shadow Priests and Locks though, they're very strong, and together they're impossible to stop unless you use this build, which annihilates them. Alright? So, the downsides are it's bad versus plate. The upsides are it does more damage versus Clothies than Demon's Blades does. It gives more fury, because keep in mind the maximum roll, if you proc it, right? You have to proc it first because 60% chance, and then you have a chance to proc 7 to 14 per hit. So the maximum is 28 fury you can actually gain. So you can get 28 if you proc it with Demon's Blade, which is RNG reliant, versus Demon's Blade, which guarantees 20 fury, and then it can give up to 30, so it's a higher output and a higher minimum that it can offer. Because Demon's Blades, if both weapons proc, which is 60% per, and then both only give 7, then that's 14, and Demon's Bite gives minimum 20, so it's 6 more guaranteed. Alright, and then maximum of 30, which is 2 more than the maximum Demon's Blades can proc. And it does way more damage, 3 times the damage Demon's Blades can do. It just does way more sustained damage. Now, a quick build overview would be as with Demon's Blade, it's a use as you get build. So as you proc Fury, you just spend it on Chaos Strike. You just use it essentially right away. With this build, it's completely different how you have to use it to optimize it, and I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So you're not kind of like, this build sucks in arena. It's very powerful, trust me. So your normal normal rotation, you'd run in, you Demon's Bite, it instantly procs Spellblade. Keep in mind, Fellblade is a gap closer too, so mages are never going to escape you with this. Between it and Demon's Bite, your goal is to spam Demon's Bite, get full fury. And here's where it differentiates. You don't use Chaos Strike as you get the fury. You don't Demon's Bite, then Chaos Strike, then Demon's Bite, then Chaos Strike. How you use this build is you get full fury, then you Chaos Strike, Chaos Strike, Chaos Strike. Right? It procs a soul. You Chaos Strike again. Right? Now you Fellblade, most fury and most damage. You Demon's Bite, you Fellblade, you Demon's Bite, then you slam all of your Chaos Strikes into the target. Every single one of them. Bam, bam, bam. You get a proc again. Demon's Bite, you Fell Blade. You Demon's Bite, you Demon's Bite. What I'm trying to get here is, you get full Fury by rotating Demon's Bite and Fell Blade, which does nuts damage, by the way. Imagine if Demon's Blades, right, did 200k damage instead of 40k, right? Imagine that, right? And it was guaranteed instead of a proc. That's what this build does. It's absolutely insane after the 110% buff. I do believe that in the coming months, a lot of Demon Hunters are going to be using this build, actually. Like, so, you know, when you see them using this build, you heard it here first, guys. And that's because it's so absolutely powerful versus Clothies and leather users. Barrel Shadow Priest and Shadow Priest Destro are both very powerful comps right now, and this is extremely powerful against them. It is insane sustained damage. But here's the extra kicker. On top of having way more consistent damage and pressure, every Soul Fragment is reducing the cooldown on I-Beam, and it's healing you for 15% of your HP. And that is very valuable versus a Shadow Priest Destro team who have dots on everything, who are melting you. As a Demon Hunter, you have 24% reduced magical damage taken, so you're going to be taking less damage and you're going to be healing yourself. Your healer is going to get way ahead on mana throughout this time because he never has to heal you, essentially. Maybe toss one every once in a while because you're going to be proccing Demonic Appetite. See, there's one right now. There's another one right now. You know, every single time you get a free Chaos Strike, you know, you Fell Blade, you Demon's Bite, you Fell Blade. Keep in mind, this is 60% chance to proc Fell Blade, up from 20%. It's nuts how often you get this now, and you just do so much sustained damage. Like, look at all those Chaos Strikes. You're just spamming them. Then in between, you know, you Fell Barrage, you rush back on target, you Demon's Bite, you get another Fell Blade proc. As I said, this build procs the hell out of Fell Blade, and it's just overall better versus any Clothy team. It's better for killing healers, it's better for hitting mages, it's better for everything. It's just always better. And that's because a mage can never escape you because you're always proccing it, always proccing Fell Blade with Demon's Bite. You're just doing crazy damage overall. I hope you guys really enjoyed this build and how to use it, especially versus one of the strongest comps, and how you use it versus most Clothies. This is what I've been using in Arena right now. I've queued up to 2200 this season. I hope you guys enjoyed, and it's like 6 a.m. for me right now, so I'm probably going to go pass out. Anyways, peace.